its worst start to the year since 2008, while there's been little positive sentiment, not to mention who could possibly be the next president of the United States.
There is at least a reasonable prospect. I would say it's probably 1 in 3, maybe slightly more than that, that a substantial downturn in the world economy, with the U.S. playing a prominent role, will be a defining story.
He says 4 stories could dominate in 2016: an extraordinary choice of US president that could rock markets, a substantial slowdown in China, various uncertainties in the future cohesiveness of a united Europe, and complacency in the United States economy.
The fact that there's a sense of complacency and relative comfort should give very little comfort. Industrial production down from a year ago, number of recent indicators weak, GDP slow in the fourth quarter, markets highly uneasy, credit spreads widened out, global economy in substantial trouble, inflation expectations well below 2%. I mean, think about this. If you look at the industrialized world as a whole, United States, Europe, Japan, markets are now predicting inflation over the next 10 years to be about 1%, and they're predicting real interest rates to be 0.
The argument that if economies grow at close to stalling, the risks of a crash are much higher at a time when monetary policymakers have little room to maneuver.
The broad takeaway is that due to the unpredictability of factors in places like China, Europe, and to a large extent the United States, that is due to elect a new president this year. Add to that the uncertainty around geopolitical issues in the Middle East, North Korea, and elsewhere. Predictions are that 2016 will be anything but smooth sailing. Bryce-Pease, SABC News, New York.